with the dating process, we say, let's get serious. Here's a ring. And here we see Enrique proposing to Marley on the Naperville Riverwalk Bridge. And she actually said yes, okay? Just to take out all of that suspense, and you're wondering, hey, what really happened here? Now, let's talk about the business. Instead of here's an ring, we say, let's get serious, here's an LOI. An LOI is a letter of intent. There may be a preliminary document also called an indication of interest and things of that nature, but the LOI or letter of intent really accomplishes two main things. One, it takes the business off the market. So we are exclusively dating now. And the reason this happens is because the buyer doesn't want to incur a bunch of expense, do a bunch of due diligence into the company and figure out what the company has got, and then find out that the business is sold to another buyer. So you see at the top bullet says that the LOI will be non-binding and yet binding. Just yesterday, I was looking at an LOI on a business, and it's from a big New York firm. And I'm looking at this thing, and boy, if it doesn't look like parts of it are really binding, that shouldn't be binding. For instance, the deal terms, the price, the seller's involvement, the deal structure, the working capital, all of those sorts of issues that you may see raised in a letter of intent, those should be non-binding provisions, okay? Now, that doesn't mean they're not important, because they are important. But the binding provisions take the business off the market and let the buyer come in and do due diligence. And you may hear the term due diligence and say, what does that mean? Well, really, it just means that the buyer is looking at the business to see what they're getting and making sure they're getting what they think they're getting. So we'll get a little bit more into that, but the main thing to remember is if there's a deal price or a deal term in the letter of intent, that's the best indication, based on the information provided so far, of what the deal's going to look like.